Hello everyone. So in today's video, we wanna speak about different programming languages and some data that you can find online that can help you decide which is the programming language you wanna learn next and what you can expect from that, what kind of platforms it's used the most, and questions like that. For decades now, TIOP Index has been very popular website that where you can find useful informations, and as this index states, this index can be used to check whether your programming skills are up to date or to make strategic decision about what programming language should be adopted when starting to build new software system. The definition of a types index can be found here, and here you can find a list on the rank of the different programming languages and the change, the ratings, and things like that. They are listing a lot of programming languages. See, there is 50 plus the next 50, so around 100 programming language. You can see how they rank and lots of useful informations. So I will consider this to be the first website to look through. However, there is another one. So there is this one, popularity of programming language. So this one, what is PPL? So why is PYPL so different from TIOP? The TIOP index is a lagging indicator. It counts the number of web pages with the language name. Objective-C has over 20 million pages on the web, with while C programming language has only 11 million. This explains why Objective-C has a high TIOP ranking, but who is reading those Objective-C pages? Hardly anyone. According to Google Trends, Objective-C programming is searched 30 times less than C. In fact, the use of programming by the type index is misleading. So that's where comes popularity of programming language. So here you can find a list of programming language, and as March 2022 compared to a year ago, and how they rank, how different programming languages rank. You can choose between these five countries and or worldwide, and you can find a lot of information here. In my opinion, these two websites, so TIOB and PYPL, these two can give you just a bird view, and like there is a lot of information, but this still not much to take a decision. So there is the GitHub. GitHub is pretty popular. It's a platform where all developers, where most developers use. So as 2021, they made a the state of Octoverse of the Octoverse, and they have explanations here, and there is 73 million developers on GitHub. There is this continents where most developers are located or are from, but the most important one is this, so top languages over the years. We can see here that JavaScript has been the most popular, which is obvious. However, there is, for example, TypeScript, which since 2017 to 2020, it did jump from the 10th to the 4th rank, which is, in my opinion, exponential growth. There is Java. I will say it's stable. Python a little bit more. PHP is going a little bit down, and there is C++. C++ is competing with Rust programming language, in my opinion, and a lot of new folks are learning Rust instead of C++. Shell, C. There is Ruby, which is another programming language for backend. It has a framework called Ruby on Rails, and it did lose a significant. The rank has been Ruby has jumped from the 5th to the 10th. So there is other informations like whether people are working remote or from office, the README files, and lots of other informations here, the where people are located, and lots of useful informations. There is the Stack Overflow survey. So this is an interesting one. It's 2021, there is 2020, and Stack Overflow actually has been doing a survey since around 2011, which is about a decade ago. And so this one, the most recent one, they have 80,000. There is 80,000 developers who answered their survey. So there is a lot of these sections: overview, developer profile, technology, work, community, methodology, and there is a lot of information here. But I think most developers or new developers, they need to spend the most of their time in the technology, the most popular one, the most loved one, and like how much they are going to get paid and so on. And sometimes you will think, okay, what people are doing with Elixir or what people are doing with Rust and things like that. So that's where comes the that's where comes handy the state of developer system in 2021 by JetBrains. This one has been answered by 31,000 developers, and here there is a lot of informations, and like this alone is packed with informations and data. But there is this section for which platforms do you develop. So this shows you that's, let's say, C++, it or it's used 45% in web development, whatever, back end web back end development. So let's say C++ has 45% in the back end development. There is popularity of programming languages by country and by region, and lots of information there. There is the so these two gives you what programming language, how approximately you are getting paid, and like how popular it is, how loved it is, and so on. Then you can check this one, which is hire.com 2021 State of Software Engineers, which gives you different kind of information. So it speaks more of the trends, the hottest jobs, the coding skills, how people are learning, the interview process, all that stuff. So this can be also extremely useful with a lot of cards, and it's even nice to look at, and the differences and a lot of informations here. There is the hackers rank report. So tech recruiting benchmark report. So if you want to learn new programming language, you want to know what is the tech recruiting report like. So this data-driven pulse on the state of tech recruiting, where they have 5,000. They did 5,000 tech hiring leaders, including engineers, managers, tech recruiters, and interviewers, to better understand the market. They did break down into these 5 sections: the tech recruiting landscape, the hiring process, the tech talent landscape, key takeaways, and methodology, in which you can find a lot of useful informations, what you want to learn, and how like your journey from learning to getting hired and what it takes to get hired. Here you find a lot of useful informations. So that's for today, and I wish you enjoyed this video, and please give me thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on your new programming language.